Carb fuel bowl won't fill. I have a Briggs & Stratton float-type carb. It's been sitting unused for a couple of years. It wasn't getting fuel into the bowl, so I discovered that there was crud in the fuel line, which clogged the orifice in the seat of the float needle valve. The seat itself seemed to disintegrate after I used carb cleaner on it. So I replaced the seat and needle and fuel line. Doesn't start, except and runs great for about 5 seconds if I spray carb cleaner down the throat. There is no fuel in the bowl. If I remove the retaining bolt in the bottom of the bowl, it is dry. Then the needle generally falls out, and fuel flows freely. The float seems to move the needle just fine, but when I put the bowl back on, it doesn't fill up with gas, and doesn't start. I tried blowing into the fuel tank, which seems to build up pressure, but doesn't make the fuel flow. I'm stumped.
Welcome to Just Answer Small Engines. Let me try to help you. What needle setup do you have? Does needle have neoprene tip on it, or a solid metal needle?
Solid metal needle. Seat is red rubbery material.
If you have solid metal needle, it has to have seat in the opening, above the needle.
Correct.
Okay, so you have the metal needle and seat in the upper housing. Fuel should flow if the needle and float are lowered. You get no fuel, the upper seat is plugging the hole. Can you blow through the opening?
It flows when the needle is removed. Yes, I just tried blowing from the fuel tank.
Okay, then the float needs to be adjusted so it pulls the needle down. Is the needle in the slot, so it comes down with the float?
It doesn't blow when the bowl is on with the needle and float, but it does blow when I take them off. The float doesn't seem adjustable, it is plastic. There is a slot that holds the needle in place.
Does your float bowl have a full rounded cup or a cutout side?
There is no cutout. It is a cup with a hole in the bottom for the bolt.
Full-size image. Do you have float with cutout to pull needle?
That float and needle are different, but the 3 little tabs that hold the needle in place look the same as mine.
Is the needle coming down with the float?
When I have the bowl off, I can manipulate the float up and down, which also makes the needle move. But there is very little travel, meaning that if I allow the float down very far, the needle falls out.
Is the needle same length as the old one? Is the seat in the upper housing fully seated? Has to be problem with the needle, seat or float.
Ooh. I hadn't thought of that. Let me look. Okay. Well done. The needle is almost exactly the same length. But I think there may be about a millimeter of difference. I put the old needle in, and now the bowl fills with gas. Yay! Still doesn't start, though. Boo. However, I think that must be simply a clogged jet or potentially a vacuum loss. I'll look at that tomorrow. It's getting dark soon, and dinner is ready. Smile. Thanks.
Thank you.
If you have a home improvement or appliance question and want to chat with an expert now, visit justanswer.com/ythi.